Is she hitting a xylophone?
But like, little do we know, that's like the South Korean Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah. That's some classic
Guys,
rock there.
welcome to Vine Fun Times with Matt, Trisha, and
Yeah, welcome to
Steve.
watching us watch Vines. The
It's the
new
most
show.
entertaining thing we've ever put on SourceFedNERD.
Yeah, you don't get to see it. You just get to hear us laugh about it and talk about the
Well,
weird
that
thing
works with
happening.
Reddit 50/50.
That's true. But I mean, we described it pretty well.
And we were tortured. We weren't really tortured watching mine.
Yeah.
We should just, because the Reddit 50/50 thing on this channel just is always just part of a punishment, right?
No, it wasn't.
And the last one was just, it was on
it was a
purpose.
holiday.
It was for Labor Day.
And we did a
Yeah.
whole video on
We
it.
did two
We
of
did
them.
2 whole videos.
We should do more.
We should do more.
Really?
Yeah.
This episode of Vine Fun Time is brought to you by Strens'ms Good Old Rope.
Oh, good old rope. It's always there when you need it, except for when you want it.
Yeah, it tucked you in at night, it taught you how to read, and someday it's gonna get rabies and you're gonna have to put it down.
Some say that rope was used to bring humans across the plains back in the slavery days.
Some say that good old rope was used to hang people who didn't deserve to be hanged.
And that rope it is a good old rope, but do
Good
not
old
ever
rope.
try to use it to save someone's life.
No,
It's brittle, it will break.
It will snap.
They're actually talking about rope, for the record.
Good old rope.
Good old rope. And it's good.
God, I miss good old rope.
Oh, the times we had with good old rope.
That muddy
guys.
dog.
Remember that one time I wrapped good old rope around my finger so hard it turned purple and I couldn't feel it for 3 days?
Yeah, good old rope laughed at you and slapped at you and snapped at you and tickled your face hairs.
Remember that time my dad whipped me real hard with good old rope?
Oh yeah, do you remember that time that I took good old rope with me on a cross-country road trip? He slept with my wife and then killed my parents? Good old rope.
Good old rope.
Okay, Krusty Nugget Prince says, ever had an inappropriate crush?
Oh yeah. I used to have a huge thing for teachers.
What's the point?
Teachers.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what does he mean by inappropriate?
Like
Well, like I had a job years ago where I actually had a very hot and steamy dream about
wow.
my direct supervisor at this job, and the next day I came into work and I was like I couldn't even look at him without my face going red. It was
what if he
goodness.
came to you and he said, Trisha, I'd like to take
No.
you to a delicious dinner.
Inappropriate. Oh, to a delicious dinner.
Yeah, just a delicious dinner. Just you and I.
of my dick.
No.
Why not?
I would like to take you out. We will have some cocktails. It will be served with all the trimmings. There will be sides,
And
but
then we will have lots of and my hot and steamy dream because
No, what happened
because,
in the dream?
Because I'm me in my dream he saved me from a fire breathing dragon and then we had lots of sex.
But I think it needs to be cleared up that what this man was offering you was clearly his dick. Like not really on
yeah,
a plate.
like when he said his dick, he's not talking about a euphemism for sex or for passion or even for just like lusty times. No, he's offering you his dick on a plate,
Like,
perhaps
so
with a
I can-
frise salad.
So I
Yeah.
could get it reattached to me and
yeah.
then
Maybe with a nice vinaigrette on the
Yeah.
side.
didn't name right.
or like some ranch or like a gravy. What kind of gravy does one serve with dick?
How about
Good old country cream gravy.
maybe it could be honey flavored.
It could be
It
honey
could be honey
flavored.
flavored. It could be pizza flavored.
I never really had an inappropriate crush.
No?
No?
I think all my crushes were appropriate.
You never liked a teacher or like your girlfriend's friend or
Oh yeah.
your girlfriend's mom.
I
My
once-
girlfriend's friend?
yeah.
Like a friend.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like you're dating a girl, but you're really
But her
into her
best
best
friend
friend?
is super hot or
Yeah.
something? Nah.
I have
No, I was
two
pretty good about that
experiences
kind of
with
stuff.
ex-girlfriends where I started dating them and then I met/saw their sister and felt immediate regret because their sister was like super pretty.
So wait, did you feel bad for liking the sister? Or did you feel bad for dating?
No, I felt
the
bad
one
for
you were
liking the
dating?
sisters. Well, in one case, it was I hated her sister and I just like it was like
no.
anger passion.
Oh, I know.
But the other one was just like was not like, oh no, this is just she just has
She's
a
just
very
great.
like a beautiful sister. Like whoa, sister. But that's besides the point.
Okay.
Poetry teacher, my senior year of high school. I don't know why. She awakened something deep within me.
My
She had
teachers
glasses.
were all
Love that
nuns,
poetry.
so
Yeah,
and I
She
was
had
not
just had her
attracted
first
to
child. I don't know.
I love little poetry.
I was never attracted to any of my teachers ever. It never happened.
Did you just never have pretty teachers, or you just never did anything?
My teachers as a kid were just nuns, and then
That would do it.
as a teenager they were just
Every time you talk about the nuns when you were in school, I just picture little Steve in school.
Messing with the penguins.
Being such a pain in the ass to those nuns.
I mean, look, the nuns just needed to embrace creativity a little bit more.
Okay, I guess that.
Esteban!
Yeah.
This is not a place for creativity.
Like your mom
Apparently
told
not.
them.
Yeah.
This is a
Mom
place
told
us
for
that.
God and for learning and 2 + 2.
And great fart sounds!
Esteban, sit in the back of the class.
Fine, that's where I sit anyway, nun, you damn penguin. You
Of course
understand
you
me?
sit in the back.
Why?
Well, it's because my last name is Z, and also I was really
really?
disruptive. They did
I was going to say the
alphabetically.
disruptive thing.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good friend, Jeff Corley, and I. We used to. Well, I probably
He was
shouldn't
also
say that.
disruptive.
Well, we were a bad combination. Let's just put it that way.
Well, that just means
And
you boys had fun.
At the beginning of every school year, we would try to sit next to each other.
They would
when you
let
could
you.
pick your seats. Instantly, we were the first split.
I remember
Because
that.
definitely teachers were getting notes from the teacher before, going like, "Do not let those
Yeah,
kids sit together."
don't do it. I
still
remember
drew
that
demons.
from when I used to teach theater camp. I used to teach a summer theater camp, like through high school and college. And yeah, there were kids that you did not let sit next to each other
Yeah.
because there's no way you'd get anything done in class.
You know, some of the most like the greatest memories I have were going to church in like maybe 6th or 7th
talking about
grade.
goofing off in church.
I mean,
So funny.
there was just something about not being allowed to have fun
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes you that much more
that
ridiculous.
makes it everything 10 times
Well,
funnier.
I remember one time in like maybe it was 6th or 7th grade. Yeah, we're all in church or something. You know, everyone's quiet and we're all like kneeling down on the kneelers and you know like poking each other and laughing because you're not supposed to be bad. And someone like went to put up the kneeler and it was the right time to put up the kneeler, but it made this horrible fart sound.
Yeah.
It did some WD-40.
Yes.
And all of us just lost our shit. And like
Yes.
it wouldn't have normally been that funny except for the fact that we were in church and supposed
See,
to be
the
quiet.
problem is that not only would that make me lose my shit, but also like just sometimes weird sounding coughs would make me lose my shit. Like there was this guy in our church that like I distinctly remember this because it was one of the funniest fucking bits me and my buddy Jeff came up with. But there was this guy that literally would go, "Woof!"
When he coughed,
like way back in the back of the church, and that's what you heard. Woof!
wow.
And my buddy Jeff, like Jeff was ahead of his time, man. He had some good bits going. He
Okay.
leans over to
He's
me.
the firefly of the church
Yeah.
Oh
going.
yeah,
Yeah.
he leaned over to me and he was like, "That guy's turning into a werewolf." I lost it. I lost it. One of the best bits too was we had this woman worked in the faculty there at the Catholic school, and she had this like perm, this really funny looking like big perm, and she was sitting in front of us, and we were literally like all we could see was her perm, and one of our friends leaned over and was like, "Hey guys, Ronald McDonald's sitting right in front of you," and I lost it because all I could think of was like. Oh, in fact, I think we even said it. At one point, we were gonna be laughing so hard, she was gonna turn around and shush us, and she was gonna have the McDonald's paint on.
Oh,
we
no!
thought, and that was the funniest visual to me.
Sure,
So,
absolutely.
but I feel like I learned the art of inappropriate laughing in that place and
Yeah.
inappropriate disruption in church. That's what I learned from
Yeah.
So guys, if you want to also learn inappropriate humor, make sure you go to a religious school.
Yeah.
So that you get plenty of time in church to mess around.
Just make sure that you go to a place where they make you feel ashamed for being. Well, never mind. I'm not going there. All right.
Esteban.
Your mom's vibrator says, "If the future doesn't exist, do we really experience it?" Hashtag tweet like Jaden Smith.
But the future does exist. There is a future. There is a past.
Does it? What
I
if
don't
there's
know.
not?
What if we have no future? What if like the like someone drops the bomb and we're all down for, or a big asteroid hits
So
here?
what is it? If the future doesn't exist, would you experience
Do
it?
we really experience
No.
it?
If the world ended right now, if something happened and the Earth exploded and we were all dead,
Yeah.
we would not experience.
No, we would not experience the future. We're talking
we'd
about
be dead.
we're talking about causality here. We're talking about causality. If there is no future, we can't experience it. If the future ends abruptly, we can't experience it. So I don't understand the question.
I think it was just supposed to be vague.
Okay.
Well, it sounded like it was like a Jaden Smith
Yeah.
kind of tweet.
Oh,
'cause,
okay.
Jaden Smith tweets out some like stupid shit.
Yeah, I hadn't seen his Twitter until very recently.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, man. It's ridiculous.
Definitely ridiculous. Do you think it's serious or do you think he's being
Oh,
funny?
it's definitely serious.
I think,
Oh, it is serious.
See, I
I mean,
think,
at least at first, maybe, man. Now
I read them and I was like, there's no way.
I think that he's very smart, and it's sort of like a commentary on like people expect me to be like a fucked up celebrities kid, so I'm just gonna tweet whatever I think is funny, whatever.
Well,
I
I
want
would
people
love to
read
think
too
that.
much
I would love to
into.
think that, but I think you're giving him too much credit.
I swear to God, I heard like a sound behind me, like
You
a
have a problem?
snake or something.
Oh, no big deal. It's just that rat.
There's no rat.
It's just that rat that lives
We don't
in
have
our
a rat,
office.
do we? Steve?
Feeds on Jeremy.
Jeremy!
Jeremy. Inside jokes.
Poor Jeremy.
Have we not talked about Jeremy on camera?
We have not talked about Jeremy. on
Can
camera.
we let the audience in on Jeremy?
I don't know if we can.
I don't know if we can.
We're just gonna
I
let it
tried
be
to
that
make
one
a
thing.
Vine about Jeremy once, and I was told no.
There's a lot of Jeremys that live in our office. That's all.
That's
we'll
just
say.
all we'll say.
We'll leave it
Yeah.
at that.
Did he speak in class today?
Did Jeremy speak?
That's
a
good.
We
Pearl
had to
Jam joke.
separate Jeremy
Oh,
from Jeremy.
wait. What was? How's that?
Jeremy.
I know, but I was trying to think of the first verse. Out home drawing pictures of mountaintops with him on top, lemon yellow sun, arms raise your feet.
Is that how Jeremy got named Jeremy? From that song?
No.
Okay.
Okay. It's just gonna
Jeremy
be
is
this.
named Jeremy because Will's insane.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Jeremy spoken class today.
What is it, yesterday?
What?
Class today.
Jeremy spoke in class today.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jeremy has spoken.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Jeremy spoken yesterday.
Doesn't that sound the same?
Sure, but it's not.
but it's
yeah.
not Eddie
Okay,
Vedder, so
well,
there's a lot of room
You ever
for
seen that
error.
video, man?
You learn
ever seen the
things
video?
every day.
The
No.
Jeremy video?
No.
The video
Yeah.
fucked me up, man. It's
a
crazy.
crazy
video.
It's about a kid who goes to school and he's picked on, and then one day he goes to school and he kills himself in front of the whole class.
Yeah.
And then
That's
the last
him
shot.
speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I-
the last shot is all the students' shocked faces with blood, like covered
Oh, I
in
don't
blood.
like that.
It's
Fucking
really
crazy.
intense.
Really intense video.
All right, Tinker Spell writes on the Reddit, you can have one entire day of your life from the past recorded. A day you'd just love to be able to go back and watch at any time. What would it be?
You know, I have a lot of days like that where like some of the best jokes and some of the best laughs. There are a lot of times like at VidCons where I'd
Yeah.
be hanging out with the trifecta or just
Oh, you love those bath
the
boys.
combination of the
Yeah.
Bath Boys along with Bowman, along with Joe, along with just like these guys that are just insane, intense troublemakers. Like if you guys know anything about like the idea of a troublemaker, then twist it completely upside down and then take away all like logic. and
Yeah.
that's basically what happens.
Oh, that was
very
close.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, when you get the Bath Boys, like the Bath Boys, when you get the Bath Boys and the SourceFed kids and like Bowman and Norg and all those guys together, you have some crazy,
It's a crazy, wacky
crazy,
time.
wacky times.
Yeah.
You know what I would say? I would say actually also SourceFedian times, but I would say like the early Truth or Dares,
Those are good times.
right? We laughed a lot then.
But I mean, we have those recorded.
we do have those recorded.
Which means like the whole day.
I mean, what about writer's room experiences?
gonna say
like
that,
days
too.
in the writer's room? Yeah, there's a lot
I
of
was
times.
gonna say that too. When we would just have days where we laughed and laughed. Like remember when we used to like chat roulette and
Oh, yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. We do like Omegle and stuff like that.
we used to make all sorts of bad decisions.
Yeah.
For me though, it would be I can't pinpoint a specific day because like we were smoking a lot of pot back then. But like this summer after my junior year of college, it was just like me and like my 6 or 7 best friends in the world, and we were all living together. And like one of our friends' girlfriends and like another female friend of ours crashed with us for like a solid month. And it was just, we had nothing to do, nowhere to go, and we were just like laughing and
nice.
singing songs and like got like way too close.
Okay.
Like weird, like intense family stuff, but at the same time, like there were days that were so blissfully like perfect and sweet and fun, and I can't
Cool.
imagine. I couldn't necessarily give you any details. But it was just a lot of like laughing in a small room with a guitar and hugging each other. It was just
Nice.
rad. I had never experienced anything like it in my life.
I would also like to add any day that you get to spend in wine country.
Oh.
I could take that
Or
day
in
out.
apple country. I went to apple country over
apple
the weekend,
country.
and it's the fucking best.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, dude. It's only
You
nine.
get cider.
I got cider. I got a bushel of apples. I had pie. Every place, it's just, there's a small town called Oak Glen, California, and it's all apple orchards, bed and breakfasts, and barbecue. That's the only things that
Yum.
exist in this
Okay.
town. And it's just a stretch of apple and berry and pumpkin orcharderies and like beautiful vistas. And it's just like the weather is beautiful and you're just eating apples and like going into weird shops. There was
Go ahead.
There was this amazing shop that was called the Cool Dog Store, DAWG, and
It's a cool dog.
I'll show you a picture. It's literally dog sunglasses. Dogs
For dogs?
For dogs. Just sunglasses for dogs, and
Sounds like white people.
it's the whitest thing.
It's like the Avengers.
The whitest
Apple
thing.
country sounds like.
Well, it sure does.
Really does.
Why, if there can be a wine country and an apple country, why can't there be Funyun country or like
dog
jerky
store.
country?
Wow.
Cool dogs.
dogs
Oh
and
my
shades.
God, look at that garbage. That's Photoshop.
Garbage.
No, that's
That is
real.
not.
garbage.
That
That's
looks like
real.
Photoshop.
No, that is a real dog. These are real dogs wearing real cool dog
You know, guys,
shades.
I gotta say something about putting fucking sunglasses on your dog and putting like shoes on your dogs.
God.
Like your dogs don't give a shit. Your
Well,
dogs
no,
don't
wait,
want
time
that
out.
shit on.
Isn't it true
I do
that
this,
on the
can you
East
see
Coast
it?
and like places where it gets really snowy, you have
Well,
to put
okay,
duties
all right,
on your
all right.
dogs so that
Okay,
their
fine.
feet don't
Come
get
see
hurt?
If you're doing it for
Dude.
like the snow and you want the paws are hurt or something and you want them to be all right, maybe it's too hot or something.
But here's the thing.
But like,
This is
don't
Come See
anthropomorphize
Dude
your
at Oak
dogs.
Tree Village. Dude owns the Cool Dog Store. Cool Dog Store owned by Dude, and then the other great
Owned
thing
by
was
Dude.
Just Jesus Unlimited Christian Apparel.
Oh,
boy.
can I
Yeah.
get Christian shirts?
You can get Christian
I'm sure you
shirts,
can.
Christian dresses, Christian stretchy pants, and there was another store
Can I
that
get
was
Christian bracelets?
You can get
Oh,
Christian
I bet you
bracelets.
can get
I bet you
all
can get
the
Christian
Christian
braces
bracelets.
that are all crosses on
Can
your
I get
feet.
Christian anklets?
You can
Yeah,
get a
I bet
Christian
you can
anklet.
get all
You
of
could
those.
even get a hat made of Christ skin.
Can I get ringlets?
Steve, do you think if you looked hard enough in your house, you could find some type of like Christian bracelet or anklet from back in the day?
As I was packing up my parents' place to move out with Sarah way back when, I found a box with like old stuff like First Holy Communion trinkets.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. And I was just like, what am I gonna do with this crap? It's
well.
literally just. So I was like, Mom, I think you should hang on to this stuff. You hang on to this stuff. I
Or-
think it means more to you than it does to
I
me.
was gonna say you could keep it somewhere if like someone ever asked you to be a godparent, then you can bequeath it. Like these were mine.
I don't think I would accept a godparent role.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's a little terrifying.
That's actually
and a little
very
too much
responsible of
responsibility
you.
for it. Yeah.
To say no if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, I don't think I
Right.
could do it.
Yeah, just because like if they died, you wouldn't be able to take care of
Yeah, I
you
would
get
not.
that baby.
I don't think I'd be able to do that.
I don't know if I want to have my own kids, but I feel like I would adopt kids. I feel like they're like I don't know. I would not inflict growing up and like the pain of that on someone with my genes because like
What?
Well, okay, I'm just saying I know how neurotic and anxious I was when I was a kid.
Okay.
And considering how tough it was then and how much more confusing the world is now,
Oh, yeah.
where it'll be by the time that kid comes
You
of
don't
age.
know that your
That's
kids
exactly.
will have
That's what I
that,
think
though.
about.
I know.
Here's what I know. I know that my anxiety is off the fucking charts.
Yeah.
And there is no way in hell a kid of mine is not gonna get that anxiety.
Yeah.
If I got a pinch of anxiety from my mom's side of the family, then there is anxiety like crazy in my parents' family.
Okay.
And it's absolutely genetic and handed down. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Strens'ms Pinch of Anxiety.
Hey, you ever think your life's too great? Then just get a pinch of anxiety in there so you can get real scared of something irrational.
That
Yeah.
might be Strens'ms most effective product to date.
Oh, it works
Sure is.
really, really well. You want a little zest in your life? Do you want to have a little freak out and some mild sweats anytime you're about to make any kind of decision?
Hey, is your day going great? Are you smiling and happy? Is everything going your way? Then get a pinch of anxiety in there. You will, in no time, you will irrationally fear things that make zero sense.
Do you
Pinch.
do you do well in school? Do you have friends? Do you have loving and healthy relationships with your family? Add a pinch of anxiety.
Do you look at yourself in the mirror and feel great about what you see? Add a pinch of anxiety.
Do you have a relationship that's working? A little pinch of anxiety.
Hey, do you ever see photos of yourself in high school and you're like, hey, I was a great person? Take a pinch of anxiety.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching Table Talk today. Let us know in the comments what you could use a Strens'ms pinch of anxiety for. And if you want to join in on future Table Talks, you can do that on Twitter via the hashtag Table Talk or on reddit.com/r/SourceFed. I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Steve Zaragoza.
I'm Matt Lieberman.
You know, some people say when you start feeling anxious, you should like kind of pinch yourself or get a rubber band and start hitting
Really?
yourself with a rubber band.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's supposed to help you kind of like concentrate on something else.
Oh, I get that. I see that purpose.
I've had to pinch myself like in the leg under the table before when I'm like really mad at someone so that I don't say anything. Is that like the same thing?
Yeah.
So you don't
It
have to-
focuses you. It focuses you on the present, right?
Are you shaking my chair? Or are we having an earthquake?
I'm shaking your chair.
Okay, great.
Is that getting
Hi, Jeremy.